Hi, welcome to TOEFL Tuesdays. I'm Lucas from Magoosh, and today we're going to continue our series talking about the individual sections of the TOEFL, reading, listening, speaking, and writing, and the common problems within those sections. We talked previously about the reading section. Today we're going to talk about the listening section, the problems people have, and some advice for solving those problems. So today, listening. What is the main problem students have in listening? That's a pretty easy question to answer because the way TOEFL listening is created is very unique. You hear a 5-minute lecture sometimes, and there's a lot of information in that lecture. And you don't get to listen to it twice. You only get one chance to hear everything you need for the for a lecture, 6 questions that come after. For a conversation, it's a little bit easier because it's shorter. A conversation is around 3 minutes and you only have 5 questions instead of 6. But for those lectures, which are 2/3 of the test, it's a little longer. And even the conversations can be tough to remember everything. So staying focused and remembering everything is problem number 1. This is the biggest problem on TOEFL listening. In fact, when I do TOEFL practice tests, which I do to learn more about my students and about the TOEFL, I have trouble with it sometimes. It's just a lot of information, especially if I don't take notes. This is the solution to the problem. You have to take notes. You might already know this because it's one of the main focuses of many TOEFL books and many TOEFL teachers' lessons, etc., because those notes are so important. Okay, so that's pretty simple advice, take notes. It's a lot more complicated when you think about what types of notes. And I can't answer that complete question right now. If you go to our TOEFL blog, where maybe you are right now if you're watching this video, you'll find more blog posts about advice on taking notes, and of course we have more advice within Magoosh TOEFL Premium. But for now, I'll give one piece of simple advice. Don't take too many notes, because that's the biggest problem many students have with notes. They try to write everything they everything they hear, and that's just not possible. You can't do it. If you try to write everything, you're not going to succeed. So the solution is to take structural notes. Always think about the big picture. Write only what you think is the structure of the lecture or the conversation. When does the topic change? What is the next topic and how is it related to the previous topic? How are things connected? Why does the professor talk about any specific example or detail? And how is that example or detail connected to the previous point? Those structural notes, if done well, can really help you with your focus, your memory, and hearing all the details so you don't try to write everything and miss some information. That's all for today. Again, we have a lot more advice on note-taking elsewhere, but for TOEFL Tuesdays, that's it. See you next week.